Good morning. Well, good morning. It's still good morning. Hello. Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild. Hope you're all well. Of course, I've been clearing my throat all morning, and then the first thing I do is clear my throat. Hopefully, you all had a nice, good Friday. I hope it was a good Friday. Or, no, you know what? I hope it was a great Friday. All right. We're going to be building the Ford F-150 Ranger XLT from Tamiya, originally released in 1981, re-released an updated version of the Ford F-150 Ranger that first appeared in 1981. Sealed RC equipment box so we can get this thing wet. We're going to be building the whole thing, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. Check in, let me know where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know if these daytime streams get more viewers from, around the world, because the timing, obviously timing is different everywhere. It's not always the same time where I am. So we're going to be building this together. And yeah, I've got the manual all laid out here. I've got, let me just show you the bench cam. Everything's laid out, ready to go. You can see the instruction manual, very typical Tamiya instruction manual with all of our friends, like these guys here. And then there's the boy. Where's the boy? There he is. Driving poorly. Also watch out for full-size Miatas. Very important. It says here, where does it say? It says somewhere on the box, 2 gear ratios. So I guess that's a choosable gear ratio, not necessarily the shifting speed sort of ratio. It's like you choose. It is basically, I don't know if you can tell. You can't tell from this picture because it's got leaf springs on the front and trailing arms in the rear. And it doesn't have that in the kit. That's not a thing. But it's basically a sand scorcher underneath. And once we start getting into it, you'll start to see the similarities right away. And speaking of, we might as well get into it. Got a Virginia nerd, Northern California, Wisconsin, Norway. Hello. Thank you for watching all the way from Norway. Kansas, UK, perfect early evening timing. Oh, that's great. Excellent. Australia, 2:30 in the morning. Oh, dear. Not perfect for everyone. Alberta, welcome. Indianapolis, excellent. Gears, same as the sand scorcher, torque or speed. Well, obviously, we're going to be going for speed. Idaho. Oh, super astute. Very nice. That's a good kit. Josh will check in after he wakes up. Yeah, well, Frank, that's hours from now, easily. Michigan, Kansas, Arkansas, Carolina, Oregon, UK, Poland. Oh, excellent. Welcome, welcome. Great. Okay, excellent. Lots of people from all over the place. Much appreciated. Okay, let's just get right into it. I won't bore you with my face very often. We'll just focus on the truck. Less of your ugly face, more of the truck, less of your ugly face. Here we go. All right. Bag A, we're starting at the beginning, which is always a good idea with a Tamiya build. In my early days when I started this hobby, in my early teens, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. This can't be true for the whole thing. My mind has just been blown. They've updated, or was this the same on the SRB? I can't remember, but we've got hex hardware here, people. Like throughout, it's all hex. That can't be right. They must have made a mistake. Oh, there's hex in all of that one too. All of bag A is hex hardware. Am I dreaming? It's a fever dream. Oh, I did not watch Josh build the rest of the axial build. He cocked it up again, did he? Interesting. Cool. Been a long time since I built a Tamiya. Really need to pick one up. It's like Canon. You have to. Hex Hardware was an update over the last 2 years. Well, okay, yeah, I know they did it in the BBX. That was the first one they did it in. But this must be, yeah, that's new for this one. Interesting. All right. Anyway, let's get started. Where are the gears? They're not in these bags, which means they are in one of these boxes. And it's not this one. Oh, wait. Well, maybe it is. Nothing but the finest in plastic gears. Those them? That's not the ones I need. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Enough mucking about. Does come with ball bearings as well. That's definitely an upgrade over the SRB. Still using some interesting suspension techniques, which we're going to get into here momentarily. Put it in the chat here. Put it in the chat. What was your first Tamiya kit? And once I see some answers, I'll tell you mine. You might be surprised. And I say, you do yours first because I have to think back to what mine was. Let's do a little zoom in so we get a little closer to the action. Like this. There we go. That's much better. I see Tamiya Hornet. Never had one. Grasshopper, Midnight Pumpkin. These are all excellent choices. $959 was your first kit? Wow, that's a good one, Robert. Blackfoot, MO4 long wheelbase, Wild Willie, Grasshopper 2, Grasshopper, BBX after your last live build. Oh, amazing. Excellent. Cool. My first one was a TT01. Shocker. The first one I got was the Alfa Romeo 155. I think that was my first Tamiya kit. So there you go. Not an interesting story, but a story nonetheless. Blockhead Wild One, that's a good one as well. Counter gear. So nice to have bearings. Now I've heard and seen, you know what, we're going to tilt this camera down a little bit more. I've heard and seen, there. Now you can see what I'm doing. Much better. Now there's a new Midnight Pumpkin coming. Where's that one? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Missing a part already. Drive shaft. I don't see that anywhere. Oh, there it is. There it is, right in front of my face. There's a new what's that van? Lunchbox. I've heard there's a new lunchbox coming, the Lunchbox Neo, and that apparently also has bearings, but an entirely new chassis, which I've never heard of, or at least a revamped chassis. I guess that means possibly there'll be a new Blackfoot at some point as well. Am I right? Am I right? Or am I right? I think that would be cool to see, if I'm honest. These parts are obviously cast aluminum. Do I have a magnet handy? Usually I do. holding up my board license plate. Yep, that's definitely cast aluminum. Is that a thing? Pot metal? Maybe it's just nickel, not aluminum. Anyway, non-metallic. And it does have this tape holding it together. Lunchbox Evo, not Neo. Sorry, I've got the Matrix on the mind. Right and left. We're going to start. Doesn't matter. Put this guy down here. Bearings. Idler gear in between. And then drive shaft out. There we go. Brass and plastic. Only the finest. I'll be using Tamiya's grease. Again, only the finest. Just slather that in there. Get them all gooped up. Something about the counter gear that I'm just noticing. They want the short side on this side. Okay, good thing I looked at that carefully. No problem. Don't see why it matters, but okay. Do what the instructions say. And get a paper towel. There's some really great answers coming out. Evo Hornet. Okay, yeah, that's right. Super Saber is the buggy I got first from Tamiya. A new Blackfoot with this body would be a pretty fun build. Agreed. That would be interesting. And I'm sure that they would use this one, this new body, because why would you go back to the old one after this? Okay, let's put this together because we're already at that stage. Very simple transmission, not complicated by any means. And we need to get one of these DeWalt's with not a JIS bit, but a hex bit. That is so wild. Are we thread locking these? Yes, we are. I'll also be using the Tamiya included thread lock because I like it. It's a paste. A little dab will do you. Don't use a ton. Not necessary. And I'm not going to be torquing these very hard because I don't want to strip any parts by using power tools, of course. It's just smart to be careful. I'm like on a 6 setting here. So crazy to see hex hardware in here. Big E4180. Thanks for becoming a ding dong. Much appreciated. This is really nice hex hardware. I feel special. Like it's usually a rite of passage to build a Tamiya kit with a regular Phillips head screwdriver, not realizing that you should really be using JIS. Looks like this gets 18 right across the board here. Did Tamiya make the Blazing Blazer, Matt? Yes, they did. That was one of their first models as well. This DeWalt tool is a game changer. If you don't have one, they're getting harder to find. I picked up another one on eBay, and I'm not sure that it's actually a real DeWalt, but I will say that it's so handy having the gyro feature. It just makes building things so much more fun and easy. All right, I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's the other one go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I losing my mind? Maybe a little bit. I don't see where the 8th one would go. I doubt it's that hole. Weird. Oh no, I counted wrong. It is 7. Great. So the re includes what we all used to pay extra to make the trucks better. Well, sure. I mean, this hasn't been out for what? How many years is 81? 4 years after I was born, so 45 years ago. Holy cow. Okay. It's an old kit. That is for sure. All right, let's get the exterior drive shafts on, the universal joints. We're going to need to thread lock these on as well. I'm going to put a little bit more on these because these are notorious for coming off. My sand scorcher probably dropped these off into the dirt maybe a dozen times. So yeah, a little extra thread lock on those is not necessarily a bad thing. Some updates to the design, some not so much updates to the design. Oops, is that the wrong side? Oh, that's right. Yeah, it gets harder and harder for me to say things like, oh, that came out 40 plus years ago. We're old and so is Tamiya. Yeah. Is this still on? Yeah, we're here. Late, what has happened? We are building. That is all. 7, 8, you've never claimed to be good at math. That's true. That's very true. I'm just trying to think back here. 81, I was 4 years old, and I'm 48 now. So yeah, 44 years ago. All right, see, I'm not so bad at math. All right, that's feeling good. Is that all the steps for this? Yeesh, it is. I guess I could add the caution sticker, but we'll do all the stickers later. All right, next we need some shafts, those guys there, and we'll need the torsion bars left and right, which are, there we go, okay, good, and the rear arms. Cool. Let's build. First things first. These shafts have to go in, connecting all of this stuff together. I see. Yep. Definitely thread lock all of these bits. This is all moving stuff and will definitely come undone. all this metal on metal contact 100% needs to be thread locked. And how does this work? This goes through here. That goes like that. This gets another grub screw. Is anybody here from St. Louis right now? Oh, I did this wrong. I did this wrong. I know what I'm doing wrong. It's fine. We're okay. Everything's fine here. How are you? This needs to be, there's a brass piece on the torsion bar that has a little flat spot, and that's what gets shoved in here through this hole that you can't see because my hand is in the way. And then that gets put all the way in. Go all the way in, please. A bit fiddly. There we go. Flat spot engaged, and then we put the grub screw in, and that locks everything in place. 40 minutes north of St. Louis, that counts. That way I can say, hello, St. Louis, which is just a Simpsons joke. I'm sorry it's not funnier, but it's when Aerosmith comes on stage for something. I don't remember what. I should thank Tamiya right now, because without them, this build today would not be happening, because they provided this kit to me, which was very, very cool of them in advance. And I was like, is it okay if I build it live right away? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. It's out there. People know about it. So you do your thing, have fun with it. And boy, howdy, I am. I think, like I think I said earlier, you need to build a Tamiya kit. Like if you've never built one, you have to. It's part of the hobby. It's part of the experience of being in this hobby. And I think their kits are like none other. Whether it's new or vintage, it doesn't matter. They're all wildly fantastic and fun to build. So do yourself a favor, get out there and build a kit. It's the one part of this hobby that I feel like it's kind of really going away. People aren't as interested in building as much as they used to. Like I think it's kind of becoming a lost art. There are fewer and fewer kits every season, it seems. And that's really unfortunate. You know, it's like people should be building kits because it teaches you so much about step-by-step instructions, patience, comprehension. There's so much to it. And I think it's one of the important parts of growing up and being a part of this hobby. It's a rite of passage, just like the mad scientist and makers say. Hi, Jeff. Have a great day at the Belzona factory doing Belzona things. All right, our torsion bars are in. And that's how you get most of the rear suspension, which isn't to say much. They gave it to me. People are more interested in scrolling these days. I agree. I feel like Hi, Richard. I'll come down and paint that chicken coop whenever you're ready. But I'll tell you right now, those blintzes were terrible or lousy. They were lousy. I would put the differential. There's also a metal gear to replace the plastic one. Those are aftermarket parts, I'm sure. Very cool. probably not high on my list of priorities. I like to live the experience as bad as it can be. So I'm set up for that. Okay, that's all good. Suspension parts are on the rear there. And I think we can move on. Why do they want you to do that from the bottom? You know what? It doesn't matter. Okay, let's put the motor in now, and also other parts of the suspension. There's this brass torsion bar pipe, just a little tiny bent piece of brass that needs to go in here to make the suspension do what it does. Keep it under tension so this actually does work now. Neat, huh? Old school cool. We're going to add the drive shafts, which will go through here. We need a bearing as well. This is, I think, the extent of the bearings. After this, no more bearings. Another grub screw. Oh, make the corn muffins. That's great. Thanks, Richard. Your A-arms are upside down. Are they? I don't think so. It looks to me like they're fairly similar. No, I think they're universal. They go either direction. I don't think they're upside down. There's literally no difference either way. Can I get a shout out? One shout out, I'll donate $50 to my chicken coop. Yes. Shout out to Turks and Jerps. Sick builder. Actually, he's a very badass builder, if I'm honest. He's got the most badass builds. He uses spider webs in every single build. Oh, I think it's raining. What an absolute transformation from yesterday. Yesterday was a gorgeous day. We had like the perfect spring day, and now it's absolute trash again. Raining, super hard, cold, absolutely sucks. What's this say? Make sure to screw the CVD so the cross is in line with suspension screws. CVD. I think we're okay. I think we're all right. Thank you. Motor girl. She's a badass motor girl. She's really good at what she does. Let's put the motor in. Where's the motor? I think it's in this box. Hopefully he hasn't left the shop yet. We're going for the stock included motor. I totally forgot what time it was. Was it done yet? Does it look done yet, Josh? Does it look done yet? Still making stuff happen here. Motor, take off the plastic motor thing. Do not use motors other than that included in this kit. Because they're like, it's going to explode. Trust us. Don't do it. Look at these cute little body clips they give you. Just little babies. This can't be hex all the way through. I'm gonna get so spoiled by this, and then it's gonna come back and be like, ah, psych. JIS, all the rest of them. Clean off my mess here. Yeah, it is pouring out there. I forgot you're not a builder. What turn is the motor? Does it say just 540 type? I'm going to guess it's their typical 27 turn. I don't think they do much else beyond that. It's pretty common. He's not much of a builder. Have I made a mistake somewhere? Is that why you're saying that? I mean, anything's possible, right? And I think we need a clear piece for the motor out of here. Yeah. This part, these parts are the best, in my opinion. Oh, this just, it speaks to me. It says, hello, I'm 44 years old. But it's like, it's not perfectly clear either. I don't know if you can see it, but in certain lights, you can see there's a bit of a yellow tinge to it. It's so vintage. I freaking love it. It's so good. Gets the people what they want. Love it. Some nice flush cutters. Save you a ton of time cleaning up wires and such. But just so good. All right. Thread our motor wires through those holes. This is like a dust cover for the motor, but clear. Oh, so beautiful. And then that just slides perfectly in there. Thusly, there's a little bit of wiggle room for your screws. And we need one? Where's that one? It's looking for one Phillips head screw. It could be a misprint, but I doubt it. Three by 12, and then it's got a Phillips head, but there's no Phillips head screw in this packaging. So it's not Phillips head. That barely even fits. Very confusing. Well, yeah, that doesn't even go in. Oh, no, it doesn't. Weird. So strange. Okay, well, we've got two 18 mils. We'll put those in first. It does not say to thread lock these, so we're not going to. Again, you don't need a lot of force on those. Don't force it. Oh, here it is. I found it. It is a Phillips head, but it's very, very small. That's an odd choice, that one. And it's not Phillips head. I should remind myself that it is JIS, which is the, what does that stand for? Japanese Industrial Standard? Knowing Tamiya, it's probably in a different bag. Totally. Wonder why the Ranger's $80 cheaper than the Sand Scorcher kit if it's on the same chassis. Well, maybe it's because of molding costs. Maybe there's more parts to the body on the Sand Scorcher. Or there's more metal included. Actually, I bet you there's more metal included. Like, I think the front suspension is probably more different on the Beetle. I don't know. We'll have to see as we get to it. But interesting question. I will keep that in mind for later. Matt, I'm starting to get back into building after the stroke a year ago. Thank you, Perry G, for updating us there on that. I hope you're doing better. Really thinking about going back to Tamiya for nostalgia's sake. I honestly, dude, I would definitely do that. 100%. Is that blood on your finger? No. It was probably thread lock, because the thread lock is quite red. Crosshead JSI. Licensing. Oh, maybe. But that wouldn't make any sense because it would be $80 more expensive. Weird. Ran a 10.5 brushless in my Riri Scorcher. Serious fun on the beach, but really a bit too quick. Yeah, I'm sure all of you have seen Tom Lee drive his Sand Scorcher very quickly. Yeah. Okay, I think we're all good on that step. We can move on to this side of the transmission and get our other gears installed and our pinions. Oh, here's where we get to make our pinion choice. We can go 70 tooth spur or 65 tooth spur, and then 20 tooth pinion or 15 tooth pinion. So if we go 15 and 70, we get more torque. If we go 20 and 65, we get more speed. So, time for a poll. Let's get a poll going. I have to switch over here. Go into this. I was unprepared to do a poll, but here we are going to do a poll. Speed or torque? Q. Speed, torque. Start poll. All right. Very curious to know what we think is going to be better. As far as I know, F-150 and Scorcher chassis are identical, just different body mounts, front and rear. And that's one other thing I should have mentioned, that on this body, there is no body clips in the front anyway. They've gotten rid of that hole, so that's a new mold. So my guess is hidden body mount up front. I'm not sure what's going on in the rear. They still have holes back there, so we'll find out as we get to that stage, but that is nice to know that they've made that update as well. Go speed if you aren't going box art. Yeah. I woke up early for this. Hope it's entertaining. Do you think Ampro or Net Customs will be making 3D printed goodies for the Ranger? Well, Ampro already has a bunch of goodies for the Ranger, including a full interior that I have used and will probably use again. Maybe even for this truck. Who knows? So yeah, I imagine that they will. I'm sure James will as well. Do you think you'll switch out the wheels for some aftermarket? Maybe. I don't know. The white ones are great because you can dye them, and I'm definitely going to do that. I think it wouldn't be a Blockhead Motors build if I didn't do some funky wheel color. I've got speed, torque, slam it, make it a drift Ranger. Not box art, so speed. Matt, I'm building a teleguided 3D printed 66 Bronco. I have 475 Swampers on it. Would that be too big, or would a 3-inch tall tire look better? I'm using 90 mil shocks. I can't say. Is it a teleguided Bronco, or did he just print it for you? I honestly, for a 66 Bronco, I think 475s are going to be way too big. What would Blockhead Motors do? I'm sure he would build it absolutely stock for speed. Did you figure out the colors you're going to do? No, not yet. Will you be riding your bicycle to the local track? I would love to recreate a little Blockhead Motors bicycle action. Zhiyun is honestly one of the coolest guys I met at Proline by the Fire. Then to be able to go to his store in Japan, thought that was pretty cool. All right, 15 tooth, and let's just make sure, just check the poll real quick. Speed seems to be winning with 64%. So I think it's pretty clear we're going to go speed. I think you've made an excellent choice. Thank you. The body's just printed. Yeah, I think, Ryan, that tire is going to be a little big. There's going to be some rubbing for sure. All right, speed. And that means 20 tooth and 65 tooth. So we can get rid of those. And install some stuff. Get back to building. Definitely lipo. I don't use nickel metal hydride. Excuse me. I don't use nickel metal hydride, and I haven't for I can't tell you how long. I think my first lipo was in my first axial truck. So going back to what, 2012? I think that's pretty tight to the motor shaft if we put it on that way. That's what they say to do, though. It seems tight to the shaft, but we'll see. Original Ranger had a single body post front and rear, body rocked side to side. This one won't be doing that, that's for sure. His story of not understanding badass is the absolute best, and then to see how he used it in advertisements for meetups in Japan is fantastic. He's also got a sticker, which I have. Let me grab that. It's amazing. Hopefully I can find it quickly. I have so many stickers from when I went there. I bought everything I could that was like slim because I didn't want to have a whole bunch of stuff to take back with me. So what have I got here? There it is right there. Badass Blockhead Motors. And that's basically his truck in California, which I thought was pretty neat. But look at all these. This, like, his artwork is amazing. It really is cool. A gold can. Look at that. So cool. I can't bring myself to open up any of these and put them on stuff either, which is the problem. When you buy stickers, you get stuck in this, like, I can't use this. This is too cool. Paint bottles. His stuff is the best. Look at all these. Amazing. I have to use them, though. Or put them on something. Put them on the Yeti. That's the vibe for sure. Anyway, shout out to Zhiyun. I love you, man. Best way to get authentic Blockhead apparel in Canada is buy directly from the Japanese website. Just use Google Translate. Works perfectly. All right. Bonjour from France. Bonjour from Canada. Turtle should go on the Volvo. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right. Where are we at here? Get back to work. Now, this needs a pin, obviously. There's our pin. And then our spur. Oops. Oh, that pin. Probably should have put the spur on first. There we go. And then a washer, and then a 6 mil. That gets thread locked for obvious reasons. That thread's in there. All right. Perfect mesh. The stickers are sick. I have a ton of decals and stickers I can't bring myself to. Yeah, it's very common. When I built my vintage Ranger, I masked the sidebars so it's all paint, no decals, not doing that again. That's challenging. This body has a lot of contours, so kudos to you for doing that. All right, we are good to go there. So now we can put our motor cover or spur cover on, also clear, which is amazing. I love this. Look at this. That is so classy. And then we need a 3x6 up top here. Don't go too far or you'll strip it. So beautiful. 10 mils. And then that step is done too. Cool. Beautiful. All right, let's build a roll bar. Still hex. I'm blown away. It doesn't seem right. It seems very wrong to be building a Tamiya kit all hex hardware. But I'm here for it. Okay, is that all we need? I believe so. There are some metal bits that need to go onto this. So let's get that started here. These are, I guess, for most of the attachments for the body and such. Still on the same bag. All right. Oh, this guy gets trimmed off. Interesting. I guess we'll do that. At some point, was this ever full metal or was that an aftermarket thing? I feel like it was aftermarket. Still blown away that it's hex hardware. It feels so weird. Rear cage was always plastic. Okay, thank you for that, Rudy. Okay. Oh, I need another bit of plastic. Where's that other piece? It's got to be here somewhere. Psych, we put it in a different box. Because why would it be in the box that the other part of the cage is in? That's the Tamiya way. Oh, crumbs. I did it wrong, because now I need to put this in there. What a dummy. You stupid idiot. That's the Tamiya way. It's fine. Totally fine. No problem. Whatever. That's what power tools are for. That's why we have power tools. For when stupid idiots make mistakes like that. That's fine. Doesn't hurt anything. Making mistakes is a good thing too. Then you know what you did wrong and why you did it wrong. And easily rectified. I see the next step coming up is bag B, where we'll be opening up the shocks. And it actually, they show these shocks being filled with oil. And I know from building a couple of sand scorchers in my life that those don't really work very well for holding oil. So I'll be curious to see if that's been updated in any way. My guess is that it hasn't, and they're the same. But you know what? Hex Hardware has changed everything, so who knows? Oh, I took the Casadio Unimog out yesterday for a running video. Pretty excited about that. It performed. I broke it again, though. Spoiler alert. Yeah. I had a bit of a setback in the mud, and I broke another gear in the transmission. And then when I took it out of the car, when I got home, it was quite muddy, and it slipped a little bit out of my hand, and then I broke one of the front steering arms, or knuckles. So a couple of setbacks there. That's okay. I think, you know, it's obvious, you know, 3D printed parts work quite well, but I think there's sort of like a tipping point where if it's too big, it's just too much mass, too much stuff to move around. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for an 8mm M3. I don't seem to have enough of them for some reason. I may have used an 8 instead of a 6 by mistake somewhere in this build. Bear with me for a moment, please. Of course, it's a very small bolt, and I've got hundreds of unsorted bolts despite having made that video of that bolt sorting machine. Welcome to Screw Hunter's build. This show sucks. Yeah, we'll use that. Oh, there's one. Yeah, all right. Keep that handy just in case we need that again. Taking mine out once, did an hour trail crawl, broke my steering link mount on the knuckle, reprinted and using M3 hardware and a Capra steering link. Okay, good. Scale ASMR Guild. B. Arthur's doing really well. Thanks for asking. She's pretty much a part of the family now. She's really kind of come into her own. It's amazing. She doesn't bark at all, which is fantastic. That's not enough thread. I'm going to M10. I don't even care. I don't even care. Oh, thread lock. Yeah, she's a pretty good little dog. I'm pretty impressed. There's not a lot that I would change about her. She's pretty cute. Pretty adorable dog. I feel pretty lucky. Alexander was, and obviously we're not replacing, you know what I mean? Like this isn't a new dog to replace the dog, but the amount of luck we've had with rescues, I couldn't recommend them enough to anybody who's looking to get a dog. Chad, this is the new F-150 Ranger Riri. It's not available yet. You can pre-order right now on most of your familiar websites. It will be available, I think, in another month or so. Are the screens tinted? They have a very light tint. They're not as heavily tinted as the old ones. So there's a bit of tint, but it's not too bad. Oh, I missed a member chat. Did I? I apologize. One moment. Let me see all of those. There it is. I have yet to do a Tamiya build. Everyone should build at least one, right? What's your favorite Tamiya kit you've built? There you go. I got it. Thank you. Your new camera was great at showing B's fur on your RC hat. Yeah, that hat has got a lot of hair on it. They should do it. We just brought home a rescue red healer. Congrats, Josh. That's great. How's your new pup adjusting? A couple years ago, I changed electronics in the original Tamiya F150. I think it's got a Hobbywing 1060. Yeah, that's what the kit comes with now. 1060 ESC. Well, I'll have to cut the crappy Tamiya connector off of there. Hey, RC Garage, thank you for gifting those memberships. Very, very cool. And congrats to whoever gets them. That's really nice. What else do we got to do here? Gotta put 3x10s. Those are 10s as well. Okay. Oh yeah, washer. So we're putting this on this chassis now, which is very cool. Very cool, man. Very cool. Nice. What's my favorite Tamiya build? I thought the BBX was a really great build. I'm also a fan of the Tamiya semis. I've only built one, but I thoroughly enjoyed that whole process. And I'm kind of thinking I might get another one, but not for the reasons that you might typically think. I'm really interested in the idea of doing another steam truck build. And I think what I want to do is convert a semi to steam. It's kind of dumb. Like, I know it's dumb. But I was really super inspired by the man who did it originally, Crab Fu. He inspired me to do the Loco Hawk, and I kind of want to do it again. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. And it would be very expensive. But I really I love the idea of it for some reason. I don't know why. Congratulations on becoming a ding-dong. And thank you, RC Garage. Very kind of you. BBX is fantastic. We need a legit factory blockhead motors BBX. Agreed. Agreed. I will talk to June. I will talk to my friends at Tamiya and see if we can't make that happen, because wouldn't that be wild? All right, let's open bag B. We're on to the B's. D, B. Ugh, I gotta build all the shocks. Ugh. Do we need to put oil in these for realsies? Or can we just skip that whole part of the process? For Ranger. I'm really not in the mood to build shocks. Okay. Let's just do it. Stop complaining about it and just get her done. Can't really do anything unless they're built, so... So many parts. The front suspension is a lot. It's a lot. Gross. All right. Oh, good. Tiny eclipse. It's good to know that hasn't changed. What a pain in the ass. They do look slightly more modern. I will say that. And I mean slightly. Ever so slightly. Okay. Shaft. You guys are going to have to entertain yourselves while I build these, because this is going to be so boring. We're not going to lose any shafts this time. Or, I mean, we're not going to lose any eclipse, is what I mean. We probably will, though. Just be careful. Yeah, one. One and done. Satisfying noises when they don't get lost. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay, you can. Yeah, instead of using those awful eclipse, just use that fancy new TIG of yours. I don't have any of the parts to do it. I realized that Amazon delivered them at something ungodly like 4 in the morning, and then a porch pirate stole them. So, joke's on them. because all they got were gloves, a alligator clip, a braided line, and that's it. Oh, and a Cat 5 cable that I needed. Anyway, it's super annoying that happened, but Amazon refunded me completely. So I just have to order them again and make sure they don't deliver them when no one except weirdos are awake. I was like, that stuff should have been delivered. Where is it? I don't remember getting it. So I'm glad that they did that. We installed a box on our porch for packages. See, okay, here's the thing though. Like if it's FedEx or UPS or even Canada Post, they don't do that. They just come to the front, and there's a little like alcove, like block off area on our porch. And that's what they do. They put it behind that so it's not immediately obvious that there's a package on the porch. Whereas Amazon, they just plop it wherever. And it's really annoying. Makes me very mad. All right, what do we need now? We need one of these, and then gaskets. Don't lick the gaskets. Or you can lick the O-rings though. That's fine. Maybe don't lick the O-rings. O-ring red. Then that. Then this. How is this going to be a good shock? It's not. And then brass. There's a flat spot there, so we can, where are those? Open another bag. Tamiya could stand to do something about the total number of bags. Are these packaged by hand, do you think? Like, do you think there's a guy in Japan doing this? There might be. Okay. And then they do legitimately want you to fill this with oil, which I guess we can do. I don't know. Maybe just a little dab. A little dab will do you. I don't think we need a ton of oil in here. Because honestly, this isn't going to do shit anyway. Just enough to say there's oil in there. Use some green slime, eh? Well, this whole thing, it's going to leak no matter what. I feel pretty confident about that. Let's use the pliers here. Get that last few things. Yep, that's a shock, all right. God, these are the worst. There were no improvements made when they put these together. Were we expecting any, though? No, not really. And typically, yeah, I probably would put green slime on there, but again, that's the joke. They're not going to hold any oil, so I don't think there's much point. even with the slime. So somebody tell me about Josh's build last night if you watched it. Teleguided's here. Hello, Matt. How are you? We're building 4 Rangers. Good to see you. I found instead of building shocks for shelf builds, I just use crappy RC four-wheel drive shocks that my buddy Lone Tall Texan dumped on me. Dude gave me a whole case of them. Yeah, they're just as bad. They are just as bad. I'm putting just a few drops of oil in there just to say I did. And then that's all. What I'll probably do as well is invert them. Oh. So, marred that one up pretty good. I mean, it's got the torsion bar, and it's going to have torsion style setup up front. So these are just basically for looks anyway. He installed the skid backwards, misplaced a shock. Wow. Very, very Joshy. That's so great. That's really excellent. That makes me happy. Okay, let's finish up these shocks, and then we can move on to more exciting things again. But this hasn't been so bad. Like, these are not, by any means, they're not the worst. They're not the best. Mostly cosmetic. Although there is like a thing you can do where you can tune these up. Like, you can put an internal spring inside of them. I think I did it for Shippy, actually. The original Shippy. And that worked out quite well. I do like the Scourgers, or the SRBs, if you will. Yeah, you got it. After the beauty shots and video, flip them upside down to minimize leaking. It's the Tamiya way. X rings instead of O rings, and it works just fine. Only thing worse than those are the Hornet front shocks. Are those the ones that are basically just a spring? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Oops, did I do this wrong? I did do it wrong. Shoot. Dang it. I was like, that's why there's no travel on these shocks. It's fine. It's fine. It's no problem. No problem at all. The long shafts, like the one I just made, go in the shorter, what? These long ones go in the long shocks, like this. Idiot. See, no one's immune. At least I still have all the parts, though. Okay. That makes a lot more sense than this. What the hell was wrong with you? It's fine. Crisis averted. What is this? Bearded Gorilla, hello. Non-Tamiya question for you, Matt. What do you think the reason is Traxxas is removing BL2S brushless vehicles, kits, and releasing them with the old XL5 brush systems? Were the BL2S systems problematic? I honestly don't know. I haven't heard that. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'll have to look into that. I never had any problem with the BL2S systems. So I can't give you an answer there. Wow, these really just do leak like right away. Hilarious. So yeah, I can't help you there. Unfortunately, I don't know the answer there. I wonder. I'll have to investigate. Trying to think about that. It could be a cost savings thing too. I mean, an XL5 system is going to be dramatically cheaper than a BL2S. It's my best guess. They definitely do need new radios, though. That would be nice. Just reread it with the old XL5. Weird. Okay. Maybe they just decided that that wasn't a move financially that was making sense. I don't know. Where's the other shock that I need to build? Is this actually happening right now? I think it might have just happened. How is that possible? That I'm missing a shock. What the heck? Oh, I have it. Yeah, never mind. I'm not pulling a Josh. I've got all the pieces I need. That would have been very funny, though. And it's more of like, I don't mean cost savings necessarily for Traxxas. I mean cost savings for the end consumer. Like maybe they didn't see the value in the BL2S system and were like, let's just go back to the XL5, make it a little bit cheaper for the customer. That could have been a thing too. I honestly don't know. And I doubt I will ever find out. Matt, what is the GCM event you're sponsoring, and is it different from the Illuminati RC? Yeah, it is. It has nothing to do with the Illuminati. It's called the Ultimate RC Adventure, URCA, and it is in Renfrew, Ontario. It's second week of August or third week of August, I think. And it's open to everyone. Camp, hang out, drive RC cars, trucks, buggies, boats, everything. It's a blast. All right, shocks done. Thank God for that. Rear dampers are going to be the short ones. Is that right? Yes, front dampers are longer. Okay, short. Shorty. I got you, Shorty. Shorty, I got you. We're going to need these guys. I forgot about these. Is this going into my permanent collection? Probably. Because I'll be, like I said, I'll be doing up like a Blockhead Motors theme on this one. Doing some classy paint. So yes, probably will be a permanent collection kind of vibe. I like the old Tamiya stuff, and if I can keep it forever, I will. Last question, why are you orange? Comedy. I think I fixed that, though. I think this looks a lot more natural now, right? Skin tone's normal. Pink. Pink-ish. Got a warmish pinkish hue. Oh, I pushed it right through. Come on. There we go. righty. Is that, can we move on now? There we go. Okay. Put that in there. These are going to pop right off. The first chance they get, they're coming off. 12 mil goes through there, and then that goes on there. And that goes there. And this gets a nut. How long have we been at this already? Just over an hour and 15 minutes. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad either. I like a Tamiya build. Very therapeutic. I like having you all here watching me build. Very therapeutic as well. It's nice to know that people still enjoy kits. Did you print the headlight buckets on the LC250 you sold in clear resin? I don't think I did print in clear resin because I didn't have the intention of putting lights in it, so I think I didn't. I don't know. Matt can answer that. He owns it now. Okay, rear shocks on. Torsion bar system, torsioning. That's great. Now, what's next? Okay, they want us to use these little plastic rubberized doodads to go over the motor holes, but they want you to cut it in half or cut it a slit through the whole thing. So we're going to try to do that carefully here. Wrap it around the wire and then tuck it in there. Great. Good job. Plop. Excellent. Make a slit. All right, let's build up the chassis. Actual chassis portion happening now. Like that, and that's all, I believe. Yes. Yes. Need more kits. Down with RTRs. I drove an RC truck today. Thought that was therapeutic. Agreed. It was so nice to get outside yesterday and drive that Casadio Unimog around. Clear spur cover always looks good until it turns yellow. Yeah, for sure. Light buckets are what look molded out of clay by a blind guy. Wow. But most likely FDM. I'm pretty sure I did those in resin, dude. Double check. All right. Nothing but the best FRP fiberglass reinforced plastic. Is that what that stands for? I'm going to wager that it does. Look at these. Wow, look at these zip ties. Holy cow. I bet you that's the way they suggest you use the battery connecting. Just use these zip ties. They're reusable. Okay. This plus these guys. 1, 2, 3 of those. 3 by 18 in the center. Plus this rubber grommet. So there we go. This, is there a side that matters? No, they're the same. This into this. Screws that. Oh, wait. Almost screwed it up already. That goes in there. And this goes on here. Cool. Then these two, just do these by hand. And I believe this gets thread locked. Yes. I love that it's focusing on that and not this. There we go. Oops. Did somebody just ask if I needed to get out the Dremel? That thing will get away from you. Just joining it as he had to break out the Dremel yet. No Dremel has been required. Brian Sherwood, have you ever coated a PLA print with clear UV resin? Curious if it would stabilize the PLA for use in the sun. I think I have done that, but not for the need to try to stabilize it from the sun. I did it to smooth it, and it does work quite well. It really cuts down on your sanding time for sure. But I don't know if it did any good on actually reducing any PLA melt. So probably not. Thank you for the live build. Can't wait for the actual release. We'll definitely try to get one in South Africa. Have a nice day. You too, Lawrence. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Idiot. Forgot the reinforcing plate. You stupid idiot. Yeah, Brian, it's interesting. I definitely have done like that whole process. But can't say that it would help any in the actual, like, the problem is PLA is just, it's too soft in the sun. And like, no matter what you do, the heat will still transfer. There. God, what a dumb idiot I was. Pulled a Josh on that one. Without a doubt. I bet you Josh is still not awake. He's probably went to bed crying. They're losing a shock. How is that even possible? Why is that not screwing on? Got the engagement we needed. Good. Okay. That feels a lot stronger now that that's on there. We got the front shocks built, so we can move on to the next page and start our front suspension setup. It's going to be a real fun project as well, I'm sure. But first, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee and take a break. I thought this too, Brian, but when I did the throttle therapy Terabug on the H10, I did the resin smoothing on the outside, but then of course I painted it black, which obviously absorbs more heat, and it did warp a little bit. So yeah. The cat getting blamed was next level. No beer for breakfast? Well, it is Saturday. I guess I could have had one. But it's 12:45. What are we having a break for? Back to work. Get this thing done today. And then I'll have a beer for lunch. Okay, where are we at here? Let's build some stuff. Okay. So many pieces. RU. At least these are all labeled. See that? RU. So you know that you're using the right parts for the right places. Let's do this right here. This goes in there. And then we get a spring on there, which I presume goes in like that. And this goes on here. Yes. And we get a grub screw. Getting grubby today. Note to self, don't put out a what's on the bench on Easter Good Friday, because you don't really get a lot of engagement. Felt like that was a bit of a mistake, if I'm honest. Felt like it was an underwatched episode. There was some good stuff in there, too. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. Just watch it. Okay. That appears to be all that we needed there. Good. That's one done. Good to see you wearing your cap again. Seeing yours and Josh's hair just seems weird after so many years. What would be a good brushless setup for this build? Like a 40 turn? I don't think I would do brushless. Maybe 21 and a half. Are you a recovering Catholic? No, I'm not. I'm pretty much, what is it, agnostic when you don't really have a set religion? I don't know. Not a very religious person. Glad I watched because it really showed how freaking big those Toyota builds are. Oh yeah, they are pretty big, aren't they? They're surprisingly large. But that's how I like them. They're hard to appreciate the size of them unless you've seen them in real life or... Oh, crap. Almost forgot the most important part. Boing. Boing. Oh, Josh is here. Well, hello. What happened? I should be asking you that. Where's your fourth shock, sir? Hey? Tension of the front spring can be adjusted by moving it back between these two places. You can either have it here, or you can go saucy mode and put it back there. Then you get all kinds of rebound. We're going to put it there. Cool. What's next? Steering elements. I noticed there's no more bearings, so I don't think these will be getting any sort of bearing up front. I remember you did build a live sand scorcher. Oh, I did. What do you know? They're large because he stuck to real 1/10 scaling. No, they're 6th scale. They're not 10th scale in any way. Did you find that shock? I did. I'm good. Oh, are you talking about Josh? He probably did not. Oh, there was some good stuff. I've been trying to figure out what that plastic hot stapler is called for months, wanting to assemble printed bodies. Got one on the way. Very handy. Make sure that they're thick enough, or that your bodies are thick enough. All right. Attaching the front uprights. Make 4. Okay, I will. I'm going to give you 5, just in case. It's very kind of them. How are we going to do this? I think I need an actual T-wrench. Good thing I've got a billion of them. Smart. Push in. It's not pushing in at all. Are we sure this is the right thing for that? Ball plate. Push in. I don't think there's any pushing on that. Oh. Nope. That doesn't make any sense. Like if you're pushing that in, this can't be the right piece. Shock has left the chat. Is the build pretty easy so far? Oh yeah, absolutely. This is very easy stuff. You just have to kind of pay attention to the manual. I gotta look at this again. I don't see how that's supposed to be pushed in. Like it literally won't go any further than that because there's no more room for it to go. It's supposed to be pushed into this piece, but it literally like that doesn't go any further. I know how these things are supposed to work, but I don't feel like it is. Very strange. Just push it in real good. I'm just confirming that there's not like another plastic piece located in here somewhere, just in case. Not in that box. Nope, those are the only ones. Give it another go here. I must be missing something though. Yeah, like I'm putting all of my force under it. Oh, that is not going in. Maybe this is the wrong ball end. I mean, there's only 2. There should be 4. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, yep. That is the problem. I've figured it out. I was using the wrong ball end. Yeah. That's more like it. Can you even see that? Phew. Thought I was going crazy. I was like, these ball connectors are too small. Excellent. Crisis averted. Now, we can get back to business. Putting these things together. And I think it's this one. Matt's balls were too big. If I had a nickel for every time I've heard that, I'd have 5 cents. Glad we got that sorted. Any Lexan items in this kit? No, Brian. This is a Lexan-free kit. Just want to be sure that I've got this going the right way. Feels like it's not. Seems pretty aggressive, that steering angle. Upright. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Everything is correct. Then how do these get? Oh yeah, there is a bolt that goes in there, but that doesn't happen until a later step. Okay, fine. Okay, all good, all good, all good. Sorry, I was getting quiet for a moment there, just making sure everything was going correct, and it is. How are you? Sometimes you just need to look at things and double check. Make sure that you're not crazy. Because as simple and as like old school as these are, sometimes they do wacky things. Sometimes there are frustrations. Be entertaining, clown. You know, we can't see what you're doing. Can't see more than number 18 on the manual. Okay, thank you. I'll try to push everything a little closer this way. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. This way. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Thomas, how are you? How's Cindy? I'm late. I couldn't sleep listening to the rain. Add more water to my already soaked basement. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that, Thomas. That's brutal. Nobody likes a basement leak. I have been there many times. I married into a family that was cursed by water. So I fully understand what you're going through. My deepest condolences on that. That sucks. That really sucks. All right. How close are the holes in the front of the chassis plate? They look very close to the edge. They are. They are quite close. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. There are multiple mounting points for all of this, so all three of those get pushed in there. So I think you're going to be okay. Matt, did you want to get into video and production editing in high school, or what was your initial interest? Right from high school, we had a high school TV station that we did sort of like a broadcast style news that went out weekly. So I was quite interested in that. And then I knew I wanted to be in filmmaking and post-production editorial. I always kind of loved that process. So I did go to university for a year to sort of get some practical or theoretical education. not realizing that I wouldn't be doing anything practical for a number of years. So I transferred over to a local college, got a practical education in post-production, and got my internship at my first place, worked there for 15 years, and then moved to my second job, which I'm still at now, 11 years later. So yeah, I always kind of knew that I wanted to do it. Yes, the Osmo cameras do that. I also am looking to upgrade my gimbal, which has that feature, so that might start making an appearance here too. There were TVs back then? Did you work with Tom Green? No. He was in Ottawa. I'm in Toronto. All right, where are we at here? Build faster. These little guys in here. I love that this little rubber grommet is supposed to be the thing that will keep this shock on the chassis. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't think that's gonna do it. Is that a 12 mil? Yes. I was like, what the hell? Nice day for a build. Like I said, crappy weather outside, so nice to be inside. Now we can add these little tiny screws, which are not hex, to get out my iFixit kit. I don't have one of those fancy cylinders that Josh has. Things are totally useless waste of time. Okay, perfect. That is a lot of steering angle. Who else's eyes are getting bad? I got my prescription checked again, and my close-up vision is getting worse. So that's great news. Long vision, like what do they call that? Nearsightedness is still pretty good. I also wear progressives, yeah. I'm getting old, man. We're falling apart. Sign of the times. Alrighty, now we've got that done. Now we need a plastic piece, I think. Yep. Probably misses his old glasses. Can't recommend, and if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, but I cannot recommend more going to the Tamiya factory tour in Shizuoka. I had such an amazing time there, man, oh man. It was the best. Okay. Where do you go in relation to this? You go where? Oh, I see. Okay, M3 by 18. Yes, through here. And then we hold a nut on, what the heck? Okay. This is obviously a new piece. I've never seen this before. Apex Crawlers, hello. There's your shout out. You've been shouted at. Wild. Look at this. Huh. Interesting. Weird. Very weird. But that is a thing. And then two spacers. And then the shock goes in from the back? What? For this, on the struggle bus here, these weird parts. This must have something to do with the new body mount, because I don't recognize this plastic piece at all. I think I over torqued this. Yep, I did. Or did I? Come on. Oh, that's threaded. I get it now. Okay. Problem solved. This goes through here. And eventually a shock will go on there after we get a couple of spacers on. 1, 2, then the shock or shock absorber, and then that'll get a nut on there. Great. Okay. Good. Let's repeat that on the other side. somebody going to get hamburgers? I would love a hamburger. Please get me a hamburger. We don't have In-N-Out, and I'm fine with that. I'm not a huge fan of that place. I just found it to be kind of whatever. But I like a Five Guys. That place is pretty good. Five Guys, where do you finance your lunch? Is it that expensive? I find like I get all the value when you buy fries. And don't buy the big burger, just get the little burger. Little burger and a little fry or medium fry, and then you get all you need. I would rather pay for a quality burger than a crap burger. Okay. That's done. Let's get this on here. Where do you finance your burgers? Low APR. Do you like the Red Cat Ascent 18 Apex? I like that one. Yes, I think it's quite a good little truck. Yeah, I've done a review on it. Go watch the review. It'll tell you all you need to know and show you things too. All right. Now what are we doing here? Okay. A couple of these. This front suspension is very unique to the very old Sand Scorcher SRB chassis. But it's a good one. Thomas, I can't read that out loud. That's good. And a little bit of lube here just for the sake of metal on metal lubrication. There we go. Then our tubes go in there like that. This. And then that all gets put together like that. Wow. And then this gets another there. And this gets all screwed together. Yay, all right. Front suspension. Cool beans. Oh, we have two more bolts. These need some thread lock to hold the bottom part together. Oop, I just dipped it entirely in the thread lock. There we go. To hold that. Do you know the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? I mean, they're the same actual bean or legume. if this is a joke, get with the punchline. Yep, we're all good on that. Moving on. Ooh, we're almost done the chassis. Now what are we doing? Steering. Steering. Don't answer. It is a joke, isn't it? I'm not even going to look it up. I know you, Josh, and I don't like you. Let's get some steering elements out. It's a trap. Are we opening bag C now? Yes, we are. Time is it? 1:20. Okay, 2 hours. Seems reasonable considering I've been talking a lot. Don't make me look it up. Something mouth. Ah, yes. Yeah, I figured it was going to be Rose. Look at how long bag C is. That must have been a processing error. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Thanks for texting me the answer. That's an old joke. Ooh, yeah. Rubber on-off switch covers. Love that. Not going to probably even be used. It's always weird when you have like leftover bits and you're like, what are these parts for? Hey, look, more bearings. So you do get all the bearings. Exceptional. Got quite the servo saver to build up here. Save my servo. Got this piece here, which gets these little guys screwed into it. Oh my God. Why do these need... Wait. These aren't the right ones either. Almost committed a felony there. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. I do have a problem with these balls, you're right. Ugh. Oh my God. My hands and these nuts. I'll tell you. Just too small. How are you supposed to get those on there? Oh, like that. Like that. Okay. What is going on with this thing? What is this? Now we needed this key ring, this metal ring. And this goes in here. Yeah. And then there's more pieces to assemble here. I've never seen such a complicated servo saver. It's probably a very original design. It's probably been around since 1981. Servos must have been wildly shit back then. I see you got another $500 box wrench. Oh, this is an old one. I haven't even opened, focus. I haven't even opened the one with the new one. What's the car again? And what brand? It's the Ford F-150 Ranger XLT from Tamiya. And it's a truck, not a car. Zip ties. Okay, what the hell? This is such a strange servo saver. And then what? This has to go through both sides of this thing. Oh my God, that is really tight. There we go. Weird. That is so bizarre, but okay. I don't know how that's supposed to stay together, but okay. Oh, this is so bizarre. Cool. And this goes through here and there. Oh, this is so weird. Oh, I see. And then this has to go. I got you. Okay. Okay. It's all making sense now. Still a very strange design. That's the Tamiya way. MC5. Tiny boy. Is that just going to drop in place again? Yes. At least it has a recessed area for the nut this time. All right. Oh, did I put these in upside down? It's showing that I did, but what? Okay, that's a manual error for sure, because it's showing, look, in this step, can you see that okay? In this step, it's got the ball connectors on the top and the lower portion is that. But then over here, they're on the top. So that's screwed up. I don't like that. And then obviously in all the further steps, it shows it facing upwards, and it needs to be. Brutal. That is annoying. Are you sure it was printed in Japan? I see what you're saying there. It was printed by RC Four-Wheel Drive. Or no, printed by Team Associated. They'd never seen the truck. All good. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is a super easy fix, but that is pretty backwards. I'm not used to seeing that sort of mistake in a manual from Tamiya. Oh well. I digest. No, I have not sniffed the tires yet. I'm interested in doing that, though. Okay, where are we? What are we? Who am I? What are we doing here? Let's build some steering arms. So strong. These are going to be great. Gosh, look at how narrow those are. Those are narrow. I don't think I have a set of shock pliers that will hold on to those. Oh, no. Not even close. Hold them with regular pliers. I'm just waiting for the manual speed controller part. You'll be waiting a long time there, Nate. They updated it to a 1060. Wild. Still a little long. Nope. Close enough for jazz. Those snap on with not much satisfaction either. Thank you, Bearded Gorilla. Wait. Does the 1060 have a Tamiya plug? It sure does. Tamiya plug. Isn't that wild? What a wacky world we live in. I wouldn't have thought it was possible either, but it is. You're going to spam the chat with a number like that, you're going to get put in timeout. Hello, Grizzly Built. How are you? Hey, Jetson754. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Thanks, Phoenix. Odd that we still have to do that in this day and age. Like it's not even funny. Youths, I tell you. It is when you're 10. Love it. Yeah, spam with a real number. Some people learn the hard way. All right. Cool. Now let's put this on the chassis. Yeah, even it's hilarious. Even in the manual over here, they have like pliers to put these on. I'm like, don't worry, you don't need them. You're gonna be fine. Still, I'm blown away. Look, more hex hardware. It's all hex. You could be the RC influencer that sparks Tamiya connector resurgence. See what I did there? Sparks? Damn plunger kids. Thread lock me, baby. Are you thread lock? Because I want to be with you forever. Sorry you can't see this part. There we go. On the chassis. And now, front suspension's going on. And we need 3x10. We need 3 of those, all to be thread locked. Yeah, using hex hardware can't get past the plug. Shows 3. Oh boy. Never mind. Trying to do this in a way that you can see it. Josh, I sent you a screenshot last night. Did you see it? I'm hoping you did. Looks heavy. I mean, Tamiya stuff is meant to be robust. But you know, like when you don't think of any of these as like performance-oriented vehicles. That's not what Tamiya is built for in any way. Don't do it like that, silly. Here, how about there? Now you can see. I think there is like a carbon update plate that you can get for these. Yeah, the sound of power. Surprised you haven't printed an RC rotisserie. Well, we did do that hot dog cooker on the base camp. That sort of counts, doesn't it? And then these attach to where? Oh, I haven't. Oops, I forgot to add some ball studs to these guys. Whoops. Yes, Heinous 70. Front suspension bears a striking resemblance to an old school VW torsion beam. Well, the Sand Scorcher is what this basically is. So yeah, you're not wrong. Quite right. Ugh. There we go. Steering on. Oops, you can't see that. Beep, bop, boop, bop, beep. All right. What's next? Front bumper. I don't know. Do we put on the front bumper? I feel like this ruins the whole look, and they don't show it on the box art. They don't show this at all on the box art, but do we have to trim these? Yes. I was like, why isn't this going on? These parts need to be trimmed off. Pew. Then it quite easily will go on there. Like that. And two more big bolts. And spacer. Thread lock. Skip the bumper. Yeah, most people are saying that. I'm going to put it on for now just to show the completed build as intended. And then we can take it off after. I mean, it does add some rigidity to the front of the car, so what I can do probably later on is trim off the bumper part, but leave this plastic bit just so it's got that. Now they want you to set up servos, so let's do that. I have a servo here that I'm going to use, just a Vanquish takeoff, a VS1. Doesn't need to be fast or good, so this should be just fine. What the hell? They don't, oh my God. Okay. This is wild. I hope that I'm missing a step somewhere in here. But no. This just tapes to the chassis. There is no way to. Yeah, dude, we put you in timeout because you spammed the chat. You do it again, you're getting another timeout. servo tape to the chassis. Yep, that's how this goes together. Look at all that flex. Well, I guess that's what we're going to do. No way around it, really. It actually servo tapes to the inside of this. But, God, it feels like an odd thing to do in this day and age. But we're going to do it. Maybe there's an idea here for a conversion option that I can actually maybe 3D design and print. So I'll investigate that next. Because this is weird. Where's that very important long piece of metal? Here it is. And what are we adding here? Slide this on first. Then a grub screw. Yeah, like I know it's a re and it's old as dirt, but I think it would have been cool if they had done something to possibly, you know, reinvent how that all went together. It does seem a little old-timey for a modern vehicle. So, ram a few deck screws through the chassis. Yeah, exactly. Hot glue and duct tape, hence servo tape. Ampro has a design for that. Yeah, it's on his chassis though, so I don't know. Is this the new 50th anniversary edition? No, this truck came out in 81. It'll be fine. I probably will end up doing something like that. Is that where that goes? Seems wildly far away, but okay. Yeah, I know. 2 small holes, it'll be fine. But I want to be more elegant than that, if I can be. That's all. Look at this ridiculousness. Oh, you can't see. They went through all that trouble to make the body mounts and no servo mount. Missed opportunity. Can't afford the servo mount because they used all the money on hex screws. Yep. It's the Tamiya way. This is, you know, this is what it's like building Tamiya stuff. I'm sure I have a servo horn and everything. We'll get to that in a later step. Just finishing this up. I think this servo is going to be wildly overpowered. That's for sure. Cool. It's all pretty good. Could probably come back a hair. That's how that goes. Oh, now the ESC gets mounted, also with servo tape. Where's that go? Oh, up front. Okay. Where the heck? Yeah, these have to go through the bottom. As does this. Why wouldn't you just keep everything inside? The receiver goes in there. Oh, a battery connector. I see. Okay, good, great. That'll just sit in there. Long Tall Texan, hello. They did make a new body mount, and I'll show you that in a second. Just let me get this servo tape off, and we'll mount the ESC. I say mount, I mean stick in place. You guys are right, though. Missed opportunity to update the servo mount. They could have remolded this. Like, the retooling for that could not have been a very difficult thing. Okay. Then, what's that foam for? Oh, I see. You're supposed to fill this center area with a big piece of foam block, as that is sort of like, they're like making it so you can put a really super small battery in it. So like this piece, pop this out, that's where they want you to put a battery in. So then this, stand by here 1 second. Get those out of the way. This goes in here to kind of fill the space. Go this way. No, it goes this way. Interesting. So your battery would go in there. That's the idea. Okay, that's cool. I guess all the rest of the electronics, like the receiver, would go under that. Yeah, okay, that's a thing. Sure. 6S battery. You're thinking too much on this. Yeah, they could have remolded it for a mount. They also could have picked a better plug, but it's the Tamiya way. I used some upright servo posts, attached the servo, then marked and drilled the lower case half so the posts physically bolted down. I think that's probably what I'll end up doing, but I want to try to be a little more elegant about it. And yeah, I'll come up with something good for that as we get to it. Anyway, receiver will be this Futaba one, and put that in there. Oops. Just like that. That'll all get taped in there as well at a later date once everything is finished. And now we're on to the final bits of assembly. They did include small zip ties to zip tie all of those bits together. Got to build some springy mounts. So you get these nice little aluminum standoffs here and these springs. And because of the posts, you have to screw them on, which is kind of funny. cute. Did you make sure the crystal matches? Is anyone on 47? Who's on 47? So many jokes that people won't get these days. And that's a shame, you know. Rebecca went to the mall this afternoon. I wonder if she got me a Cinnabon. That would be a nice treat to finish this off. Antenna holder, eh? Does that still exist in this day and age? Yep, it sure does. Funny. 3 by 6 mil. Another JIS piece of hardware. Ooh, okay, weird. There's no hole. There's no hole for the antenna. So I don't know if they expect you to drill it or not, but typically there would be a hole right there. I'm not going to drill it. We are not doing that. We're not doing that today, sir. Pepperidge Farms remembers. So far, do you think the 350 or so is worth the price? I mean, if you are like a serious collector and you like vintage stuff, then absolutely. I mean, you couldn't buy this before. To be able to buy it now, I think is pretty cool. It's up to you. It's not going to be a performance specialist, so don't expect that. You know? But I like it. Personally, I would. Shoddy RC, nice day for a truck build. Heck yeah, it is, my friend. Surely is. And don't call me Shirley. Oops. A bit of a molding issue there. Fixed. That's interesting, though, that they didn't do those holes. Probably because they were like, well, nobody uses those anymore. Receiver switch. They show it as the massive one. That is no longer a thing. So it's a much smaller switch now, so that won't work. I guess they expect you to just tape that in place as well. I mean, realistically, none of this is necessary in this day and age. Because, well, things are pretty much waterproof. Like the Hobbywing ESC, completely waterproof. Servo's pretty much waterproof. Have you done a Cinnabon themed truck yet? No, I haven't. But you're giving me good ideas. All right, so we're not doing the antenna. We've already got all of this stuff pretty much done in here. You just spin those and then they lock in place. Sort of like a reverse hex pin thing for your wheels. It's pretty nice. I actually don't mind that. That's good. Okay. And then once that's done, That will be attached, obviously. It isn't now, but it will be. Let's see if we can get the grommets to stick in there so it'll stay. Oh, and I pulled it back out. Brilliant. Good enough for right now. Then this goes on the chassis. Oh, wait. First, we have to put the other part of the plastic box on. Cam lock pins. Cam lock pins. That's exactly what they're called. Very good. Then this goes on there with tiny screws again. So getting out my iFixit kit. I feel like we're approaching the end of the actual physical build. If you have been enjoying this, please hit the like button. Greatly appreciated. Helps the algorithm. Why do you need this extra bit? What goes on here? Servo sits in the small attachment? No, it doesn't. No, it does not. Servo is back here where it's supposed to be, because this is the servo arm, and you can see the servo sits right there and will attach with a horn to that. A little bummed on the antenna pipe drilling situation, but it's fine. Okay, now we need this M18. What is that? You always see a weird piece and you're like, what the hell is that going to be for? This goes on here. Slightly misaligned. Very slightly misaligned. There we go. Crisis averted. I'm a problem solver, guys. Cool. Now, I think we can place this on the chassis. Sort of like that. Push in. Push in. No, no, no. Push up, stupid. Oh, our motor wires are in the way here, I believe. Yeah, I feel like the motor wires are interfering a little bit in this manner. I don't know where else they would go. Anyway, we'll leave that for now. That's a problem for another time. Like once I get to the actual build of this thing. Okay. Now we're building wheels and tires. All right. And then that's basically it for the chassis. It's odd that this is just sort of like sitting on the chassis. I think that I'm going to investigate that a little further and see what else happens there. These tires do smell fantastic. Bag D is obviously just for the body. Yep. So we won't be opening that. Won't be getting to the D bag today. We are approaching the finish line, which is great. Very exciting. Oh yeah. Sand blasters. These are peak Tamiya. These were hard to get for a long time. Never came on anything good. I think they were on the, not even the Sand Scorcher. They came on the Mud Blaster? I can't remember. Let's build some wheels. It's a 3-part wheel. There are no foams to speak of. Were we expecting any more or any less? Even though it's been built for speed. Ooh, it's a tight fit. Wow. Yeah. Good thing I got strong hands. All right. It is a beadlock of sorts. Yeah, they fully do suggest that you use one of these zip ties for your battery mount. That's a modern solution to an age-old problem, I guess. Spray it with hairspray. Four-lug Ford pickup, huh? Yeah, the ultimate in realism. Phew, okay. I guess there's a front and a rear wheel. Front uses less of an offset, I guess. And then back to tiny JIS hardware to get these wheels assembled. And of course, they use a nut on the back side. So that's cool. I mean, hey, it goes together. It's on there. Well, you're going to have to sit through me building 4 of these. Are the wheels updated to hex mount? Oh, hell no. No. That's crazy talk. No, they still use a proprietary hub. So there'll be no swapping of wheels unless there is some conversion kit out there, which I'm sure there is. There must be. Oops, that's too short. Yep, I wonder if there's a Cinnabon in my future. And yeah, I think because Blockhead, I will be... come on, man. I will be dyeing these wheels. Maybe you could sing for us as you build the wheels. I mean, I could, but I shan't. I can't sing. I need the radio on for that. Oh, Lordy. Almost there. On the first one. Maybe I'll do one side. You can see how they look all together on one side. Is there a white letter option on the tires? No, you'll have to do that yourself. This is a front tire, so it gets a bearing. Maybe 2 bearings. It's 2 bearings for extra spin. Front bearing, rear bearing, lock nut, yes. Oh, my stars. That looks nice. Okay, let's get this rear wheel done up here. It's too short. It's also too short. What's going on here? Huh. Strange. Something appears to be not quite right here. Josh never sings for us either. I wonder why that is. Yeah, weird. Front wheels, yeah. Not using the wrong hubs. No, because that goes on there just fine. Huh. Odd. Just doesn't have enough bite to get the bolt or the nut. Yeah, just won't grab the nut. So strange. I know that these are all the right parts. Bizarre. All right, well, I'll figure that out in a moment's time. In the meantime, let's get this wheel mounted up. Pull this pin out. Get the pin. Nice smooth transmission. Yes, I will be primering the body first prior to paint. I would never, even if I was doing box stock, I don't think I would do, I wouldn't just leave the body blue. I would paint it. Oh, yeah. Tell me that doesn't look fantastic. Plush suspension. That's great. I like those wheels a lot. Wheels and tires, nice combo. Let's just toss the body on for the heck of it. I'm really curious about, actually, since I think we're probably all curious about it, let's check out how that front body mount works. Ah, okay. I will do the body mount for you because I want to show that off. So the new part of the mold, those two parts right there, they give you this new plastic piece right here. And you can see it's got this sort of tongue and groove clip thing on it, right? So this, all hex hardware. Brilliant. I need to open the D bag after all. Yeah, because this is actually an innovation. I use that word very loosely. Let me just double check. I've got this going in the right direction. Yes. Hex hardware still. It sounds like you're opening snacks. I wish. I'm starving. I haven't had my lunch yet. Came right down here and started building with you guys just after breakfast. So still 2 clips in the rear. But now you've got this nice invisible body mount on the front. And it keys in. Let me zoom out a little bit here now. It keys in with this new standoff right up here. Top left corner for you. So now this, oh, this is great. It snaps into place and drops down on those 2 posts. Ah, brilliant. I'm in love. That's so much better. And that front bumper has to go for sure. That is not staying on there. That is hideous. Oh, but this is just great. What a nice little update that is. I am all for that. So there you go. That's basically it. We're done. Not come hither style, but slide the rod between the flaps is also nice. Seeing Tamiya put some forward thought in the F150 re-read gives me hope for the future. Yeah, well, and you know, I think this all started with the BBX. I think a lot of us were very surprised at how modern that buggy felt, but still had the retro kind of vibes. So like, this is just sort of a natural progression, I think. Obviously, there's a lot to do still in terms of the body and getting everything properly mounted and wired up, but we're well on our way. And I'm pretty happy about this little guy. It certainly has the vintage feel. And I like this Scorcher platform. I'm really excited to get this out. And of course, it's a locked rear diff, so it's not going to be wildly good at performing. But yeah. Is the wheelbase the same as the Blackfoot? It should be. This is technically the Blackfoot body. The way they did that so it comes on and off so easily, that's really nice. You can see, actually, you can see in the body where they've changed the mold to fill in the hole, because that's where the on-off switch used to go. But now it's not there anymore. So they probably used the old mold and just updated it to include that fill and to get rid of the spots on the front. Huh. That's great. Very, very cool. Very, very exciting. I'm super happy. It's good. That's going to be a fun one to finish up. Like I said, I am going to go blockhead motors on this one, so stick around for that. We'll probably do some what's on the bench for the paint on that. I got to get that done soon. There are so many other things I have to do. The Tundras are coming along. They need to be done. Got some bad news from Toyota, though. The nightlight project that I did was a little BZ or BZ. That was an actual nightlight that plugged into the wall. They were photographing that, and they broke it. So they're asking if I can do another one of those, too. So, yeah. Add that to the pile. So, yeah, there you go. Tamiya F150 Ranger XLT. I'm pretty chuffed. It does look pretty good in blue, but we'll see what we can do to and in fact, because I'm sure to roll it, maybe blue as the base is a good idea, but just go more blockhead with it. We'll see how it turns out. I need a BTC build as well. Well, I've got the IJ, I've got the optic. I think I'm good. That's probably all I need. Eat a protein bar and paint that thing. It's not that simple. Darn, no time for GeoGuessr. French blue or royal blue? I feel like this is French. It is a lighter shade, for sure. They include all the decals, of course, so you can do box art. Even the stripes, the gray stripes. Or, yeah, so you could pretty much do just box art if you wanted. I would still paint it, though. Yeah. All right. That's going to do it, guys. We made it through another stream. A full-on live stream. And it only took 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's not bad. I mean, never mind, the body has to be painted and assembled and everything, but we got there. My thanks to all of the members, Blind Guy RC, Big E 4180 for becoming a new member, Ninjins, Bill Darnley for becoming a new member. I missed that one. RC Garage for gifting 5 memberships. D'Artagnan, RC Garage for the super chat. Chad Chambers became a new member. Brian Sherwood, Thomas Bialzik, Martin T, thank you very much. HD Designs, Bearded Gorilla, thank you very much for the super chat. Jetson super chat as well. Thank you all very, very much. That was a real blast to hang out with you today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I've still got all of today and tomorrow to enjoy, and I'm going to do that. So thank you very much for hanging out and watching, and can't wait to share the rest of this build with you. Thanks, Tamiya, for sending this my way early. Much appreciated. Have a great weekend. I love you. Bye.